Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Fat Boy Cooking with me, your host, wearing the dark denim apron, Bailey. Oh crap, this is awkward. I forgot to put the apron on. Let's fix that, shall we? Alright, that's a lot better. Anyways, on today's episode, we're going to be making a Parmesan Crusted Salmon. Now this video is going to be a little special because I actually went over to my mom's house to film this one. And it is going to be fantastic, and maybe she might appear in this video. Along with the salmon, we're going to be doing some sauteed asparagus and Dijon potatoes, and I'm going to tell you this right now, they are so flipping good. So let's pack everything up, get on the road, because it's time to get cooking. We're going to start by removing 1 inch to 1.5 inches off the end of each asparagus bundle. The end of asparagus is very fibrous and just not edible at all. We are then going to blanch them in boiling water that has been salted heavily for about 90 seconds. The color will change to a more vibrant green. After about 90 seconds, it's time to put into an ice bath. This shocks the asparagus and immediately stops the cooking process. Then we're going to take off the rubber bands, spread them out on a tray, and stick them in the fridge to cool down. Moving on to the potato prep. My mom here is going to start by peeling about a half a bag of Yukon Gold potatoes. Going to for sure speed this up though because the peeler we were using was not quite up to par. After the peeling, we're going to start by wedging each potato. So that is cutting the potato in half and then taking each half and making 4 slices. Like, yeah, you get it, right? And they're going to look like this. So now it is time to cook the potatoes. We're going to use the same water that we used for the asparagus. Oh, hi Andy. Somebody decided to get into my shot. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. All right, anyways, back onto the potatoes. We're going to add those to the boiling water and cook them until a paring knife can go through easily. Or about 15 to 20 minutes. Once cooked, dump them out into the sink, preferably in a strainer, and then put onto a rack in the fridge for cooling. So now it's time to jump right into the Dijon vinaigrette for our potatoes. We're going to start by finely chopping 1 small shallot. Then add to a small mixing bowl once done. Then we're going to add about 2 tablespoons of garlic, 1 tablespoon of white wine vinegar, 2 tablespoons of Dijon mustard, 2 tablespoons of honey. Mine was a little crystallized, but it was still okay. Give it a little whiskey, and then we're going to slowly incorporate 1/3 cup of olive oil. You can do it in small amounts like I did. And then a pinch of black pepper and a pinch of salt for taste. And then here's an awkward close-up view for your faces. Now that the vinaigrette is done, it's time to move on to the breading for our salmon. Add 1/2 cup of plain breadcrumbs, followed by 1/2 cup of Parmesan cheese, 1 tablespoon of garlic and salt and pepper to taste, and then add 1/4 cup of chopped parsley. To that mix, we're going to add 1/3 cup of melted butter. And then stir to combine all those sexy ingredients. Alright, so now it's time to slap down our side of salmon. You can also use fillets if you want to. Give it a nice coating of salt and black pepper. Then, using your hands, start applying the breading to the top of the salmon flesh, making sure to cover as much as you can. Then just apply a small splash of oil across the top of that. Then bake at 400 degrees for 12 to 15 minutes. Alright, I'll admit it, I'm not perfect, I'm bad at this, I suck at cooking. I definitely did not hit record when I was gonna do the tutorial on the asparagus, so I'm still going to show you how to do it, but not using actual asparagus, so bear with me here, okay? Here's how to do the asparagus. Okay, so the green construction paper symbolizes our asparagus. We're going to start by spreading that across a pan, drizzling some olive oil and salt and pepper on top, and then using some tongs to make sure everything gets combined evenly. We're also going to put these in at the same time we put our salmon in for about 15 to 20 minutes at the same temperature. Alright, so in a pan that is too small for our potatoes, we're going to add a half a cup of water. Once there is some steam coming off the top, we're going to add in our vinaigrette. And then carefully stir to combine. Add in a small pinch of parsley, and then your Dijon potatoes are done. Alright, so let's get to plating. All I'm doing here is just cutting each fillet for every person that will be eating. Then on a plate, we're going to add a spoonful of our potatoes, followed by a nice pile of our roasted asparagus, and then to top it all off, the piece of Parmesan Crusted Salmon. Although I will agree I need to get better at these close-up shots because it's just a little blurry. So yeah, that's how you do a crispy Parmesan Crusted Salmon. I do want to thank you for watching. As always, the recipe will be linked down in the description below. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you on the next episode of Fat Boy Cooking! Now roll that outro.